Okay, gentlemen, gentle ladies, nice to be here. My name is Frank Weyns. I work for Rackspace. I will tell you a little bit about Rackspace, about OpenStack, and some hints and tips what I did. First of all, who's Frank? I'm a believer of open source, doing Linux for 20 years, and I started my experience in the Belgian Army. I was 9 years in the Belgian Army, so I'm very, very honored that there are people from the military here in the room. Yeah, really, I had the same problems like 20 years ago when I introduced the first Linux server in the Belgian Army in the military hospital. What is this open source trash? Can we trust it? What is it? It's free. Free can't be good. If you share it, I would. Yeah? Yeah, okay, thank you. So I was born in Belgium, in Antwerp, the capital of the diamonds. And I lived in the Jewish quarter over there. And a lot of my friends over there said, Frank, you have to visit Israel one day. This year I did, and it's already my third time I'm here, and I love it. I learned a lot about Israeli people. A friend of mine, Eli, his wife even wrote a book about Israeli culture, and I'm a perfect fit. I'm informal, straightforward, loud, entrepreneurial, like to improvise, but there's one change. I prefer to be on time. So that's me. If you have any questions later on, please don't hesitate. Like I said, I work for Rackspace now. Most companies, most people will nerd about Rackspace, but the most important thing is, like I said, we invented OpenStack together with NASA, but we also have more than 6,000 people, 10 data centers worldwide, and we work now with partners here in Israel, with Basic International, for example. What we do at Rackspace, we got one mission. We make OpenStack simple. What for me, in 2015, the last 6 months of 2015, the big change in OpenStack is the fact that OpenStack, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when I started, it was built and used by IT companies or telecoms who create and use OpenStack to differentiate. Now, 2015 was for me the year that companies start consuming OpenStack, like Volkswagen, like Walmart, like companies where they don't differentiate anymore. And that's the nice thing about, I think, open source, is that you can do it. So we deliver OpenStack as a service with 4 nines of uptime. Some people ask me, Van, do users really use it? Yes, we use it. We got companies like Walmart, like the banks, like several companies I can't mention because of security reasons, but it's very important that they are now consuming OpenStack and really putting it in production and making money with it. So for me, the question is not anymore, because that's also a question I got a lot of time, is OpenStack production ready? Who is running OpenStack on one server? All in one. Who has an OpenStack cloud of 10 servers? 100 servers? 1,000 servers? The nice thing is also, if you ever want to use a 1,000-node OpenStack cluster, let me know. Rackspace and Intel, we got 2,000-node clusters for developers to test scalability and things like that. Who's running more than 10,000 nodes of OpenStack? And now I have to stop because the rest is confidential. But that's the thing. So how do we do that at Rackspace? You know, how can we make sure that we can run OpenStack in production? Our public cloud is running OpenStack. OpenStack is complex. Everybody knows that. But the thing is, what you really have to make sure is that you abstract the OpenStack. And so we have some guidelines and some rules we do. First of all, always think about it. If it doesn't run production, or if it's not capable of running production, it doesn't make money. Rule number 1, you have to think practically. The world from 9 to 5 doesn't exist. Even a shoe store has now a web shop which runs 24/7. Don't reinvent the wheel. Share it. Don't invent it yourself. support it, give feedback. Scale matters. Like I said, we have to test everything in scale. And there's always the pets and the cattle story. But you also have to know that even cattle has some rights. You know, you have to take care of your cattle, or even then also the pet police will come. So high availability is important. And the thing is also is have a dedicated team to work on it. One of the things you don't want with OpenStack is create a monster. Some people will love it, but that's not our spirit. We want to make sure that we can deliver to our customers, to our partners, and inside our own company, something that scales, something that fast, that is. Because for me, between a van and an OpenStack cloud, both are tools to move data. Hardware, software, data, whatever. It's a tool. So we want something that you can deliver fast and efficient. And also, one of the most important things is if you do car leasing, I mean cloud leasing, is the fact that you can make sure that you know what it will cost. Because I saw in the past many good open source projects die. Why? Because the costs were unpredictable. So one of the things that we try to do also for our customers at Rackspace is to abstract. And the same thing, if you are doing OpenStack inside your company, you have to abstract it. Don't make it too technical for your internal customers. I would even say, make it easy for them to use. Or more specific, let it scale. Get one type and let it scale. So you can have small, big, and very large. So one of the things I learned in the past, and that also Rackspace is doing, is that it's all about configuration. It's not about customization. Customizations are bad, because one of the things, the problem with customizations is you can't upgrade them. We are managing clouds for more than 100 customers. And then I have to stop. But the fact is, if you need to upgrade 100 clouds a night because of a security breach, the only way to do that is that you have predefined configurations and you know how to upgrade it. If you have customized clouds and you have to upgrade them, it doesn't work. One thing also, just like a van, a cloud is a tool. Very important, even if you consider cloud, is make sure that you understand what the workload is. Pets, cattle, but please make sure, because workload make the cloud usage. Also, the fact is, if you adapt your cloud in the right way, using the good APIs, you can make it and scale it. Also, one of the things that we learned is, a friend of mine, for example, from BlackRock Investments, he said, how can I make my clouds more high available? How can I deliver the 4 nines? How can I do it? Very simple. Have multiple clouds, for example. Or have a cloud in-house, in your data center, in a customer's data center, or somewhere else. That's the thing. Also, if you want to start with OpenStack, like I said, it's not about the technology, it's not about the tools, it's also about the people. One of the things that you really have to make sure is when you do OpenStack or any other technology, and especially with open source, is that you have to make sure that your organization, your teams, are ready to use it. You can have the best technology there is, but if people don't use it, it's worthless. I would say also, for example, if you want to invest in knowledge to learn OpenStack, you really have to learn about the architecture first before you go into the technical details. Because of the complexity of OpenStack, make sure that you got the overview, that you understand what it is, and then you can continue. Also, one of the things I would say is always use a partner. Can be Rackspace, can be somebody else, but the fact is, the nice thing if you work on partner level, equal level, is that you can spar, that you can think, you can exchange ideas. For example, at the moment, I'm working a lot with our friends from Red Hat. Rackspace also supports Red Hat OpenStack. And I said that that's mutual things from how can we improve, how can we better, that gives that gives advantage to move forward. This is the end of my short speech. Don't want to make it long. I'm here all day. I'm here to help you. I'm here to discuss. Sometimes I say to my customers, no, I always say to my customers, you can call me 24/7 with two things. With a ticket number, that means you have already called support and you escalated it, or with 5 beers. I was born in Belgium, I love beer, and the nice thing is, with 5 beers, it's a very good time to discuss architecture. Gentlemen, thank you.